4:30 in the afternoon on the stage of the Saenger Theater in New Orleans. And the newly formed GREGG ALLMAN band is in the middle of a sound check for a concert performance that night. GREGG ALLMAN on center stage, seated behind an electric organ, is hard to miss with his long, flowing blonde hair. At 34 years old, he is a superstar in the rock world. 13 years ago, he and his brother Dwayne formed a group called the Allman Brothers Band. His brother died only 3 years after the band's start, but Greg and the other members kept on going, producing a number of million-selling albums with hits like Ramblin' Man and Midnight Rider. The Allman Brothers' music is considered Southern rock. Greg and Dwayne were born in Nashville, Tennessee, and the group for many years was based in Macon, Georgia. And Greg, who calls himself a Southern boy, says he was quite surprised when such immense success came to the band.
I didn't plan on any, none of us planned on it, you know. I mean, it didn't seem like anybody was into it for fame, fortune, anything like that. We just knew that when we were together playing, we felt the best. I mean, that's when we were all at our best. I mean, that's when any of life's problems just went away when we played, you know.
But with success, didn't a lot of things come to you, including some big problems?
Well, the age-old story of well, you can buy fast cars, drugs, things that kill you, you know. I mean, they're made so easily available to you that a lot of people, we lost a lot of real good players, man.
And because of Allman's use of alcohol and hard drugs, he admits that he almost lost his life to them, as have many other late rock stars. Now, his drug habit was quite well publicized, especially with the breakup of the Allman Brothers Band in 1975, and because of the public trial of the group's road manager for allegedly supplying Allman with cocaine. Then, with all that going on, Allman met Cher, and the two were married.
From that time on, Allman's problems were no longer big news in just the rock world. His troubles and their marriage were put in the forefront of public curiosity.
And to tell you the truth, I didn't even think about that. One day she said to me, after we had realized that the two of us had fallen in love, she said, you know, this could get you in some real trouble, you know. And that, you know, the press is going to be all over you. And I thought, no, of course not. I mean, love's really blind, that's for sure. And all of a sudden, I mean, I couldn't make a move. I couldn't go out in the front lawn and wash my car without people being over the gate, man. I thought, this is ridiculous.
Now, when you and Cher got married, I imagine a lot of people thought that you two were a, well, rather a strange combination.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't seem like, well, to me it seemed perfect, you know. And to her it seemed perfect. And for a while it was perfect. But there was so much, I mean, a day in the life of Cher and GREGG ALLMAN was staggering.
Allman says one of the hardest things to cope with during that time was the constant invasion of his personal life.
Like back then, a photographer who brought in a picture of me looking like I was really stoned really was in the chips, man. I mean, $5,000, $6,000 for a picture.
After you and Cher had a baby, Elijah Blue, and things seemed to be going pretty well, what caused you two to break up?
The reason that we split up, I think, was more her surroundings, where she was. I mean, Beverly Hills, Hollywood. I couldn't take it. I couldn't live that way. I couldn't do it. I mean, I had to come back down south. You know, it's where I belong. I think if she'd have come with me, it might have worked.
Did you ask her?
No, I didn't, because I knew that was where her roots were, and respected that. I didn't really have to ask her.
Allman's drug use, according to published reports, was always a concern of Cher's. In fact, because of it, she filed for a divorce only 9 days after the couple was married. But she stayed with him because he tried, even though unsuccessfully, to kick the drug habit.
Now, years after he and Cher were finally divorced, Allman says he is off drugs for good and claims he's a new person.
I'm not preaching that anything is that I've done is right for anybody else or wrong. I just realize that food, water, and air is a groove. And you can make the rest of it happen. And it's great now. It's better than ever. Every day when I wake up, I'm so glad to be here. And something different happens. Like this new band I got. It's just, wow. The guys that I play with are just the best. Over time, they say.
And while Allman enjoys working with this new band and plans to cut an album with them soon, he says the Allman Brothers Band is still alive and will be working together in the future. Now, while many in the rock world have wondered whatever happened to Allman and his band, he's quick to say that he's doing fine, playing better than ever, and that the world hasn't heard the last of Gregg Allman.